Welcome to Keep the Faith Ministry News. A prominent New York City cancer doctor shot her young child before turning the gun on herself, police said Saturday. Few details were immediately provided by the investigators probing the deaths of Dr. Carl Crystal Cassetta, 40, and her infant. The New York State Police said in a press release that the scene at the family's home in Westchester County was consistent with a murder-suicide. A preliminary investigation had revealed that Cassetta, whom state police characterized as a renowned oncologist at Mount Sinai, entered her baby's room at around 7 a.m. on Saturday. The doctor shot the child before shooting herself, state police said. On Sunday, law enforcement sources told the Westchester Journal-News that the baby was a girl and Cassetta's only child. An online gift registry found by the newspaper appeared to indicate that the infant had been approximately 4.5 months old. Cassetta's parents were home at the time of the tragedy, while her husband was away, the sources said. A neighbor told the New York Post that ambulances and police had in recent months been called to the family's home at least 2 times prior to Saturday. The reason for the response was not immediately clear. Cassetta was the site chief of Mount Sinai's Infusion Center in Queens and had been an assistant professor of medicine at the hospital's private medical school. She was an active investigator of breast cancer clinical trials, according to an official bio. The 40-year-old graduated from Albany Medical College, where she was inducted into the Gold Humanism Honor Society for demonstrating excellence in humanistic clinical care, leadership, compassion, and dedication to service, the bio states. Several former patients took to social media over the weekend to memorialize her, praising her work ethic and empathy. Quote, "A shocking and terrible tragedy," wrote Cambry Cruz, a public speaker and memorist. She was a star in her field, dedicated and lovely, whip-smart, and a competitive athlete. In 2019, Cassetta married Timothy Talty, who appears to run a nutrition bar company where his wife served as a medical consultant. Quote, "The people closest to Crystal will tell you that being a doctor is in her DNA. Crystal herself will tell you that she has wanted to be a doctor for as long as she can remember, that even as a child she could be found wrapping her dolls in gauze," the company's website says. When Crystal was in 8th grade, her mother's best friend passed away from breast cancer. It was this life-altering event that helped Crystal decide that medical oncology would be her specialty. In her Facebook post, Cruz continued, quote, "I don't know what was happening in her life that she felt this was the best end to her story, but I know a large community of survivors, patients, and colleagues are brokenhearted. I will sorely miss her. She deeply cared for her patients, and I am grateful that I was one." If you or a loved one are struggling with suicidal thoughts, please reach out to the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 988 or contact the crisis text line by texting TALK to 741-741. Quote, "Every day brings its heart-sickening record of violence and lawlessness, of indifference to human suffering, of brutal fiendish destruction of human life. Every day testifies to the increase of insanity, murder, and suicide. Who can doubt that satanic agencies are at work among men with increasing activity to distract and corrupt the mind, and defile and destroy the body?" Counsels on Health, page 25. This is Keep the Faith Ministry News. Thank you for watching.